All right, I'm your host, School for Justice. Sorry about that. I'm having issues with my equipment. Maybe it's the Wi-Fi or internet signal, but thank you all so much for your patience. So I'm continuing from the first video. Let's try this all over again. So on tonight, we're in Chicago, Chi-Town, where we have the police interrupting people who's mechanics and doing work on their cars and minding their own business. All right. So let's go ahead and jump on in today's topic. Thank you so much for your support, smashing that like button and that thumbs up as you enter into the building. Let's continue to be bold, be strong, be brave, and be you.
A viewer named Jamar was helping his family member move a large object. They had just picked up an engine compartment hood from a parts store, but it wouldn't fit in the trunk. Instead, it was placed in the back seat, but this caused the rear passenger door of the vehicle to remain slightly ajar. Upon observing the open door, Officer Jones and an unidentified female officer pull in front of their vehicle to initiate a felony traffic stop, with weapons drawn and requests made for additional units.
I'm not getting out.
The driver is detained in cuffs and placed in the officer's cruiser.
You got in that car with you? Tell him to step out the car. I'm not like a little bitch. I'm scared. Come on over here. I'm acting like a little bitch, y'all. Cause I'm scared. I'm scared. You gonna deal with the bitch now because why y'all driving with the dog?
Cuz, man, we just got the hood from the parts store.
Okay, I mean,
Cuz, shit, look at my rap. That shit costs.
but I gotta be a little bitch.
I'm
Right?
sorry.
It's not about being no sorry, but it's the fact that hey man, I don't know what the you on.
I ain't on that. I'm just
How
trying
do I know that?
I'm trying to go to the
How
garden.
do I know that?
I'm just letting you know.
I got a door wide open and I got a dude driving down the street. What am I supposed to think?
I don't know.
Exactly.
They then move to extract Jamar as supporting units arrive on scene.
Step out the vehicle.
All right, before we go any further, people, I want to let y'all know exactly what's going down. So we got two guys that's driving down. Well, they wasn't even driving. Let's start there. They were sitting, parking in their car, and they had went to getting some work did on their cars. What they was doing work on their own vehicle. So they went to the parts store and bought some parts for the car. I think they was replacing the hood on the vehicle. So anyway, they had that hood in the back seat of the car, and basically it was too big for them to shut the door. That's what was going on. So because they're parked in the street with basically their back door cracked open, the police decides to do a stop. And that's what's going down right now. So they're step outside the car, put your hands up, and they're drawn out with their fire. And these people are just sitting in their car, minding their own business. We're in Chi-Town on tonight. We're in Chicago. So to give you a narrative and context of the storyline.
I don't want to get shot. I'm not opening the door.
You're not gonna get shot.
You're not gonna get shot. We just need you to step out.
I'm not getting out the car. You see my hands.
We still need you to get out the car.
I'm not getting out. I'm telling you that now. I ain't do nothing wrong. I know my rights. He's the driver. Talk to him. Run that plate. Don't touch me. Man, put the phone down, man. I'm not putting none on my rights. You talk to him. You talk to him. He's the driver. I'm not getting out. I'm not getting out the car. I didn't do nothing wrong. I'm not giving up my rights.
Listen to me.
I'm not giving up my rights. That's all I'm gonna tell you.
What you talking about?
I didn't do anything wrong. He's the driver.
You the passenger in the
Yeah, I'm the passenger.
So just step out the car. It's not your car, it's his car.
Yeah, I'm not. I don't consent to no, sir. I'm not being patted down. You're not touching me. No.
All right, so why do they have to step outside the vehicle? Now we're going, of course, like as usual, go into the laws. And Pennsylvania versus Mills is a big factor. It's a big factor in the point, right? But these people are not even driving. They're just sitting in the vehicle. Now they already done talked to the driver, the first guy, found out what was going on, what they're doing, who they are in a nutshell. But now they make it their business to come harass the passenger. And so this man is exercising his rights, saying, hey man, I know my rights and I don't have to step outside the vehicle. You know, I don't have to do anything at this point. If you feel the need to run my name, then, you know, shoot for the stars, you know, go at it, do you. But I haven't committed any crime. So y'all tripping. Then the officer want to get smart with him, telling me, man, you can't tell me how to do my job, but that's the point. You're not doing your job. When it's error, when it's incorrect, you're not doing your job, buddy. You're out of compliance, sir. And so this is what we're fact checking on tonight.
Nobody's doing anything to me.
First of all, you can't tell me my job. You can record that.
Okay, I'm recording.
Okay, I'm recording too. So we both record.
So do whatever it is you think right.
Now step out the car.
I'm not stepping out. You can forcefully take me out if you want.
At this point, it's important to address whether a passenger has to exit a vehicle upon request of a law enforcement officer during a traffic stop. The Supreme Court makes tons of horrendous rulings that defy the rights of the people in the name of officer safety. In this case, it's Pennsylvania v. Mims. The court ruled that during a traffic stop, you as a driver are already detained, so forcing you out of your vehicle is a minimal and reasonable intrusion of your...
All right, so this is the bullet point, key factor. All right, because I had my subscriber online, you know, readdressed this and pointed it out to me. So Pennsylvania versus Mims. Let's read. The courts held that the search did not violate Mims' right under the Fourth Amendment. The court noted that the officers had already detained Mims in order to issue him a traffic summons, right? And felt that asking him to exit the vehicle was a minimal and reasonable intrusion of his freedom. So Pennsylvania versus Mims made it nationwide because we do have what? State laws, common laws. All right. So this is what we got going on right now. And that's very irrelevant to a similar scenario where the officer is basically asking him and somewhat want to force him to step outside the vehicle. So is this man violating his rights by not stepping outside or getting outside the car? By him not getting outside the car, is he in error or is he exercising his rights? Is he standing his ground? So share your thoughts. This is where we're at.
freedom, even if the cops aren't going to search your vehicle. Note that Justice Thurgood Marshall wrote a dissenting opinion, arguing that searches, in order to conform to the requirements of the Fourth Amendment, must relate to the reason for the stop. He wrote that the police should not be able to search your person just because your license plate is expired, as the two have nothing to do with each other. Unfortunately, the authoritarian majority of the court won the decision, and now, because of the ruling, along with Maryland v. Wilson, all occupants must exit a vehicle upon request during a traffic stop.
Man, dude,
I know my rights. I know my rights. What I do wrong?
It's not your car.
This is his car.
Step out. We're giving you a direct order to step out of the car.
That's not lawful.
We know that.
That is not lawful.
We just need you to step out the car.
For what? What I do wrong? That's not a lawful command.
Is there anything in the car that we need to know about that may?
Ain't nothing in this car.
Okay, well, what's the big deal? Just
because I got rights. That's the big deal. I'm not giving my rights up.
What rights you talking about?
You don't have no right to question me right now. You can talk to the driver. You can talk to the driver. I didn't do anything wrong.
All right. So this man saying, hey, I know my rights. And it's not lawful for me to step outside this car. Okay. So what I want to emphasize on is it lawful for this man to get out the car? Because the police gonna say, when the man asks, why do I need to get out the car? He said, because I said so. Is that the law? Because you say so? Because you think somebody's going to bow down and submit to your command? Don't get it twisted. We respect authority. We respect your position. But your job is to enforce the law by leading by example, right?
You need to come out this car. I need to search this car because this guy was driving with that rear door open.
That still don't give you probable cause to search the vehicle. What's your probable cause?
Hold on. You need to search the car because this man had a part. He just left AutoZone O'Reilly's, got a part for his car. He's doing work on his car, him and his buddy, his homeboy. And now you want to search his car, man, you way out of compliance. Now I know you're violating their rights. You have no legal or probable cause, no legal grounds to search this man's vehicle. So now you're doing what? You're making up laws. You're taking matters in your own hands. That's what we got going on. And this young man here, the passenger that's still in the car, is standing his ground. Now, if you see anything different, you know, if according to our laws, we in Chicago tonight, right? Chicago, Illinois. Please be free to share your thoughts, your opinion, and your facts, your receipts, right? According to our laws. All right? Greatly appreciate you.
And we ain't gonna argue about
What's
that.
the probable cause?
Look, you're not a lawyer.
I know my rights. What's the probable cause? What's the probable cause to search his car?
As they remove Jamar from the vehicle, Officer Parker snatches the phone out of his hand. He attempts to do something with it, but Officer Martin makes a direct beeline to Officer Parker and takes Jamar's cell phone from him. The phone is...
Then I got to point out this, man. You shady. You're not a lawyer. I don't have to be a lawyer to know my rights. No, I'm a citizen. I'm an adult. I'm a human being. It's called my God-given human rights, right? That's who I am. I don't have to be an attorney or work for the law or have an education in law, paralegal or whatnot, to know the law, know my rights, and use them. I'm a taxpayer. So, yeah, you shady, bro. You shady. And the joke is on you. Now, we see him snatching this man's phone because he's been recorded. You recording, I'm recording, so what's your point? The point is, I got my receipts. So if there's nothing to hide and there's nothing to cover up, why did you take this man's phone and check this out? Boom, here it is. You're deleting the video. We got you busted, deleting the evidence and the recording he just made of your actions. All right? Smash that like button. I appreciate your support as you enter into the building.
Still on and unlocked, and displays the video that Jamar was recording, and in an ultimate display of his lack of morals, ethics, or any respect for the citizens' First and Fourth Amendment rights, Officer Martin deletes the footage and tosses the phone into the floorboards. This, in my opinion, should be a fireable offense, as it displays the officer's intent to hide the truth, intent to violate clearly established civil rights, and his dishonesty brings shame and suspicion to the entire Chicago Police Department.
Exactly. He should have been fired. You should have lost your job because now you're stealing. That is personal belongings to that man, and you had no right to touch, invade, nor confiscate his property. And now you going in there, erasing stuff, deleting things out of his phone. That's no different than theft. You're stealing, buddy, but you're the law with the blue badge. So if you're doing your job correctly, can't nobody tell you how to do your job, bro. Then what is there to hide? Now you shady dog, and you're out of compliance. You're in violation, and now you got the answer.
Officer Jones was immediately adjacent to Officer Martin as he deleted the video, though it's not clear whether he witnessed Officer Martin's criminal act. However, Officer Parker and this unidentified female officer both watched over Officer Martin's shoulder as he deleted the video, and not a single officer involved objected to the action. What makes matters worse is that the officers weren't even cunning enough to stop recording on their body cams while committing this crime, and thus recorded their own corruption. The Seventh Circuit has ruled that recording the police is a clearly established right, and in many states, deleting files from an electronic device and tampering with evidence are just a few of the many possible felony charges that these officers...
So we hear that. That's clearly a right to record on your phone any police activity or any law enforcement activity that you may be in or someone else may be involved in. And coming back in the police erasing your live, deleting your video off your phone is actually a felony charge. So learn this, people. It's a felony charge, right? All right, I just want to make sure we point that out and address it loud and clear.
Officers could face. Now, with Jamar out of the vehicle, several officers begin searching the contents, taking extra special care of the men's belongings. A few minutes later,
Now they illegally searching the car. You're tearing up the dude's car. And he told you, man, we're doing work on my car. I just went to the store, AutoZone or whoever, the parts store, O'Reilly's, whatnot, junkyard, wherever, and bought some parts for my car. I'm working on my vehicle. You see that with your own eyes, bro. You just trying to find something to do, a reason to mess with these people. And these are your own people. Uncle Tom, something's wrong with you, dude. You shady and shiesty. And you don't deserve that bad.
Officer Martin returns to the device.
She gave us an address
And a few minutes after that, the device is seen again with the screen turned on. The phone turns off shortly after coming into view. Officer Parker then tells Officer Martin that Jamar is lucky.
He's so lucky.
It's assumed that he is inferring that if they didn't have body cams on, the stop would have resulted much differently. As when he says he's lucky about this, Officer Martin turns and looks directly into Officer Parker's camera.
He's so lucky. He's so lucky about this. Lucky.
Shortly after that, all of the officers turned off their body cams in unison prior to uncuffing Jamar.
Deactivating code.
Follow the dummy. Follow the dummy. So he knocks off his body cam, and y'all fall into compliance. You do the same. So follow the dummy. Not the leader, the dummy. That's what we got going on. To cover up what? Your tracks. That's what you're trying to do. But it's not going to work. All right, share your thoughts. Appreciate you. As you peep around the corner.
Once he was released, Jamar tells me that he returned to the vehicle to retrieve his phone. Officer Parker was sitting in the driver's seat, getting ready to drive the car to the police station. As Jamar reached into the vehicle, he alleges that Officer Parker accelerated rapidly, causing the rear passenger door to slam shut, crushing Jamar's finger. Officer Archer called a supervisor to report the incident, but the audio is heavily censored.
The guy that's calling for EMS was a passenger in the vehicle. That 554 stopped, and we assisted them. They had the driver already. Passenger was refusing to get out the vehicle, and he wasn't going to get out because he didn't want to get shot. I said, well, yeah, so I told him, nobody is going to shoot you. We just asked you to get out. They cuffed him and pulled him out the car, and he's, doing all this talking about he knows his rights and all of this stuff. And we asked you to get out. We're going to run your information, and we're going to let you go if you come back clear. Okay? But I'm watching him now because the zone sent us back over here. And she said that he's claiming he got hurt. 506 cuffed him and pulled him out the car.
Jamar requested for an ambulance, but the officers refused to call for EMS. So Jamar called 911 himself for medics to respond.
Man, you're not making any sense, bro. You're making all of this up. And the point is, surely you got better things to do. What about the real criminals out here? What about the people that's out to hurt children and the elderly and stealing and robbing and living a life of crime? But you rather spend your energy on young people who's doing things constructive in life. And he's just fixing his own car, minding his own business. It sounds like you're intimidated because this man knows his rights. He talking about he know his rights and all this. I mean, you calling it in on, you know what I'm saying, 10-4 on through the radio code. So you're intimidated by it because he's telling you, I know I'm not required to do this. I ain't got to do what you say. I know you violate my rights and you have no legal grounds to carry on in this manner and think you're gonna force me? So it sounds like intimidation every time, people. Every time you dare know your rights, they get intimidated. You're not a lawyer. I ain't got to be to know my rights and to know how to properly use them. Share your thoughts, y'all. Share your thoughts as we continue to fact check.
That's not true. It is true. It's very true. I want to talk to you. They also went in my phone and deleted the video on my phone, which you're not allowed to do.
Jamar was not charged, but the driver was taken to jail and released with citations for driving without a license and improper registration, both of which were dismissed in court. Jamar was also able to retrieve the deleted video from his phone, as iPhones save deleted videos for 30 days in a recently deleted folder, prior to completely removing it from the phone. Jamar filed an official complaint through the Civilian Office of Police Accountability in Chicago, which has been in its final stages prior to reaching a verdict since early April. An attorney has been retained to file a lawsuit against the officers, and I will update you after it is filed. But for now, remember that this all began over driving with a door slightly ajar because they were working on the vehicle and the new hood wouldn't fit. Should they have rented a truck or borrowed a larger car? Sure. Did their actions create an increased risk for other drivers? Absolutely. But does that seem like a good enough reason to allow state actors to disrespect your property, talk down to you, or violate your First and Fourth Amendment rights? Absolutely not. This is
Man, people, I keep telling you, we got to know our rights. We got to know what to do. We got to stand our ground. We got to rise above the occasion. This is just senseless and ridiculous that these officers are really intimidated because these guys was out here just working on a vehicle, minding their business. I mean, it's so petty and childish. And my thing is basically, uh, basically, you had no logical reason for why you choose to interrogate these people. There was zero reason for that matter. So, as usual, share your thoughts. I am your host, Scoop for Justice, here where we live, love, and laugh, and we will continue to rise above the occasion and speak truth to power. And until next time, salute, fam. Thanks a lot, and take care.